Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Aileen, and here we like to talk about all things makeup, mostly luxury makeup, skincare, and fashion. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you consider subscribing and joining the family. So today, I will be giving you my version of the luxury makeup starter kit tag that was created by Michelle Wong, as well as Angela Van Rose, the luxury beauty queens themselves. If you are not following either one of these ladies, I highly suggest you do. They're absolutely amazing. Michelle Wong is so down to earth, yet so knowledgeable when it comes to the beauty products. And I just love her. I love her. I've been following her for a long time. Angela Van Rose is just effortlessly classy, beautiful. She's just stunning. And when you see someone and you're like, wow, that person is effortlessly elegant and classy, that's what I see when I see Angela. And I love her content. And they're both luxury YouTubers. I love them both, and I am honored to do this tag. So I've been watching, I obviously watched their two, and I've been watching a few others, and I'm like, wait, I agree, I disagree. No, like I'm talking to my phone and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna film that and give my take. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then keep on watching. But before we go, like we always say, comment, like, subscribe. As I mentioned, this tag was created by Michelle Wong as well as Angela Van Rose. They did collaborate together and come up with the questions, and they did invite other content creators to give their take on it. So I wanted to give you my take and my thoughts, and I thought it'd be fun. So let's get started. Question number one is, where should someone start when it comes to luxury makeup? My first initial thought was complexion, like foundation. But then I really thought about it and I was like, let's be real. In the luxury space, there are very few brands that cater to a sufficient amount of skin tones. So then I changed my answer. Dior, I will say, does really well with that. But then I changed my answer and I was like, eyeshadow. Eyeshadow. I feel like eyeshadow, there will be a color story for everyone. For example, the Dior Quints. The Dior Quints come in various color stories. It's a beautiful formula, and you cannot go wrong if you find a color story that speaks to you. And Chanel. Chanel also has a multitude of color stories. So if I was going to suggest to anyone, where should they start? I'd say eyeshadow. Number two, is there anything you should stay away from? I would say in the beginning, if you're just dabbing into luxury makeup, I agree with almost everyone. Mascara. Mascara is something that's very personal. It's just like skincare, so is makeup, but mascara, it's more personal than just an eyeshadow. And you don't want to invest in a good luxury mascara until you have found one. Definitely, if you place orders, see if you can get a sample and go from there. But the Essence mascara, that's like, it used to be $3. I don't know what it is anymore. The green one, absolutely love it. And the only one that's waterproof like that, constantly use when I want that waterproof, make sure it's not gonna go anywhere, is the Le Volume de Chanel. But I also like Too Faced Damn Girl, and then I like Bite, and then I like the Chantecaille Faux Cils. So mascara is really something that I wouldn't say should be part of a luxury starter bag, because there's just so many great ones out there. Number three is difficult. If you can only purchase one category of luxury makeup for the rest of your life, what would it be? For me, it would be foundation. Foundation is the one thing that I know is going to give me the canvas that I'm looking for to feel confident. And the rest, it doesn't matter if it's luxury or not. But the way my skin feels and the way I feel confident in my skin is definitely going to make a difference in my day, in my confidence, in my mood. So definitely foundation for me. Number 4, what is one luxury makeup brand you recommend someone starting with? That one's difficult because I'm really torn between Chanel and Dior. I feel like they're the two that have the most versatile color stories, the two that have more versatility in their shade range for foundations. But if I had to absolutely only pick one as far as versatility and more than just foundation and eyeshadow, I would have to go with Dior. Dior has never failed me on a complexion product ever. And I'm 38 years old. I live in a humid climate and I'm excessively oily. I really loved that Dior Nude Air foundation that was like a serum. Oily or not, I absolutely love that. And I actually finished the whole bottle. It was in one of my empties videos. Absolutely loved it. As well as the Backstage, the Air Flash. I haven't tried any of the recent ones, but I have yet to have a fail with a Dior complexion product, as well as the concealer. The Dior Forever Skin Correct, oh, chef's kiss. Absolutely beautiful. Therefore, in combination of the versatility and the shade range in multiple products, the foundation, the eyeshadows, the bronzers, where Chanel, I feel, really lacks in going on the deeper side for the bronzers, the blush. And although Chanel does have the blush, they've been inconsistent with their formulas. So therefore, my answer would be Dior. What is one luxury makeup brand you would tell someone to stay away from? If Michelle sees this, or Al Feisty, I feel like they're going to be like, what? Clutch pearl moment, in my opinion. And I can only speak to their makeup. I have not tried their skincare. I do have some products I am going to try. As soon as I finish trying some, I'm trying now. But honestly, Sisley. I feel Sisley makeup, the few things I have tried have been fails for me. I don't know what it is. Honestly, the best thing I've ever tried from Sisley is a lip gloss. And can you really fail, like fail at a lip gloss besides opening your mouth and having a bunch of lines? Like, I tried a lip liner that I liked to line my lips, but I did not like it when I filled in my lips with it to then top it with the lip gloss that I purchased to go with it. I did like it as a liner, but not to fill in the lips. It was very drying. It was very cakey. It was uncomfortable. Then I tried the concealer. Like, it's the concealer that's like 109. I don't remember. And it has like the little silver applicator, like if it were an eye cream. Epic fail for me. I did not enjoy it at all. I'm lying. The only other product that I could say topped the lip gloss is the Sisley Double Tensier that I use as a primer. Besides that, I think they are overpriced. I think they are overhyped. And if there's a Sisley product out there that you think will change my mind, please leave it in the comments. Let me know. But that's my honest opinion. I don't feel it's worth it. Number 6, what is one makeup brand you wish you would have tried sooner? For me, it's Chantecaille. You guys have been with me on my journey when I first started my YouTube journey, and I had hormonal acne. But at the moment, I didn't know I had hormonal acne. I just thought, oh, look at this breakout. My body was going through a change. It was going through a moment. I didn't know what that moment was. And I tried everything, and it just got worse. And the hyperpigmentation got worse because when you're Hispanic, your hyperpigmentation tends to stick around with you for a while. It's like when a neighbor comes and knocks on the door and they stay too long unexpectedly and unwanted. It's like that. That's what the hyperpigmentation is like. And it wasn't until I found Chantecaille that I spoke to them, that I had just that personal experience to really cater a skincare regimen for me that really worked. And it was very simple. It was two or three products tops. I don't remember it being more than 3 before I just absolutely fell in love and started incorporating other things into my skincare routine. The makeup, I do enjoy their makeup. Are there hits or misses? Absolutely. No brand it has 100% hits every time. They will have fails, and I've experienced some, but for the most part, the skincare is just what really made me just choose Chantecaille. Just that experience and what I went through. And let's not talk about the packaging, the service. Do you know, once I moved, I placed multiple Chantecaille orders with the wrong address, immediately emailed them. Sorry, wasn't paying attention again, because I've done that like 3 or 4 times, and they're like, it's okay, Aileen, we'll send it to the correct address. So that's my answer, Chantecaille. 7, would you recommend spending your money on makeup or skincare? I don't think I've heard this answer vary from anyone. Skincare, absolutely, hands down. If I would have taken better care of my skin, maybe prior to my hormonal acne, then it would have not got as bad, or I would have been able to keep it at bay. Your skin, your bare skin, really does impact how you feel, both when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed at night, whether you're wearing makeup or not. If you feel comfortable in your old skin, you're unstoppable. Unstoppable, my friend. Number 8, why do you personally love luxury makeup? The quality, definitely the quality, the packaging, the experience, just the luxe experience, the service, the community, just in the luxury space. Not only on YouTube, if you go to Neiman's, if you go to Saks, if you go to a boutique such as Chanel or Dior, the personalized experience, it's like the Disney World of makeup. Luxury beauty is the Disney World of makeup. The service, the luxury is just, it's amazing. And as I get older, I've always had the aesthetic of luxury makeup. I was never one to wear like bamming blue eyeshadow or green and funky liners. And I did this little wing liner today, and I was proud of that. But I've always had the luxury aesthetic. And then once I was introduced to luxury makeup, it was different. My makeup wore nicer. I was more confident. I carried myself differently because I felt confident in the products I was using. I didn't feel I had to take 2 additional breaks for the restroom just to check on my makeup at work like I would in the past. So really, it's the quality and the experience for me. Number 9, should luxury makeup brushes be invested in? Absolutely. Your makeup will only apply as well as the tools you are using. I used to not think that way, and it took me a while to start dipping into luxury makeup brushes, and I don't regret it. That's probably the last luxury product that I dipped into from a makeup perspective, or really overall. I just felt like, really, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And I would talk to friends, and I would talk to other beauty YouTubers, and I'm like, well, what do you think? And it took me a long time to make decisions. My first luxury synthetic makeup brush was the La Mer face powder brush. This was my first synthetic luxury purchase, and then my first natural hair was the Wayne Goss artist brushes, which are these, the set of 3 with the large, the medium, and the small. And I don't regret it, not one bit. I use them all the time. I just do not travel with them. That's a thing. I have a thing in my head that because it took me so long to invest in them, that if I lose them, I'm going to be highly upset, or if my luggage gets lost. So I don't travel with my luxury brushes. Weird? Maybe. Number 10, should luxury perfumes be invested in? You can really find some nice perfumes that are not luxury, but when I think luxury, I'm thinking like House of Siage. I'm thinking Tom Ford. I feel like Burberry is luxury, but I feel like they're more affordable. So really it all depends on the individual and what you consider luxury. Do I invest in luxury fragrances? Yes, I do, but I have to really love it. I'll invest in them, but in the ones that I know I'm going to constantly use. I'm not one to be stingy with my perfume. I will say the My Burberry blush and the My Burberry black, I have, before I started working from home, I had one in my purse, in my car, and in my makeup vanity at all times. And I'm talking about a full-size bottle, never the little roller one, because I was like, you just never know. And that just became my signature scent. And then I started exploring more. As I matured, I started getting into woodsy smells and earthy and warm and spicy. And then I started venturing out and adding to my collection. But before, it was just very soft and floral. And that's what I stuck to. And I just stuck to what I knew I liked. I stuck to Gucci Guilty. I stuck to Burberry and Gucci Love and a few others. And then now I've ventured out. I think my first that really wasn't floral was a House of Siage perfume. And I really purchased that only and strictly because of Jennifer from How Feisty sent me over a little sample. I smelled it, I fell in love with it, and then my husband gifted me the full size for Christmas that year because I really did fall in love with it, and I was like, oh my God, this little sample's almost gone. So yeah, it really depends on you if you feel you're gonna wear it. If it's gonna make you feel good, then go for it. If it's not, then don't. No big deal, but I invest in it. Number 11, designer or niche? I have more designer than niche perfumes, honestly. So the good thing with designer is they're more readily available to smell, whether it be at Sephora, at Neiman's, at Nordstrom, whatever the case may be, they're going to be available for you to smell, which is why I struggled even for the House of Siage perfume, because I was like, I can't smell that. I could read the notes, but I can't smell it. And for me, if I'm going to make an investment, I'd like the ability to smell it. That's just me. So I just say based on availability and the ability to smell it in person, I would say designer. But I'm not really into niche perfumes, and I haven't tried many. Number 12 is, where is the best place to shop if you're just getting started? I would say it all depends on where you live. It all depends on where you live. If you lived in New York, I would say Bergdorf Goodman. If you live in Atlanta, I would say Nordstrom. The Nordstrom in Perimeter Mall, where I visited when I lived in Atlanta, they had Clé de Peau. They had everything. Everything you could think of. Clé de Peau, Chanel, Dior. They also had Chantecaille. So I would say it all depends where you live. Based off where I am now in Tampa, I would say Saks. Saks is the one location that I have found. The Nordstroms here are smaller and they don't have the variety of brands that they did offer in Atlanta. So in Atlanta, I would highly suggest Nordstrom in Perimeter Mall and Neiman Marcus at Lenox Mall. But I would just say park in Neiman's, walk into Neiman's, walk out of Neiman's. That's all I'm going to say there. But here in the Tampa area, I get that experience from Atlanta, from Nordstrom and Neiman's at the Saks here in Tampa. It all varies on where you live and who has a sale. Let's be real. But at all of those retailers, you will get great customer service. What I think it's very important to point out is don't ever feel that if you're going for Chantecaille, Dior, and Chanel, you have to talk to 3 different reps. The great thing about those retailers is if you feel comfortable with one rep. Like when I would go to Neiman's, I would only deal with my Chantecaille rep. When I went to Nordstrom, I would only deal with my Dior rep. And then like at boutiques, you get to build personal experiences, a little bit more personal, but you can totally do that at the large retailers as well. Number 13, if you only had $200, what would you buy? I would buy a foundation, most likely Dior or Chanel. I would buy a quarter a quint of eyeshadow. That's putting you a little over $100. I would purchase a great eyeliner. That's like, because I'm extremely oily and anything just does not work on me. Just everything just does not work. It'll slide down my face by the end of the night. And a lipstick. Those are mine. Because the lipstick, if you want a little monochromatic moment, you could dab that lipstick on your cheeks and you got yourself a little blush moment. So yeah, that's what I would say. And I think that will put you at about $200. And the eyeliners, I would definitely, if you want like, oh, smudge proof, waterproof, the Chanel waterproof liners, hands down. And the lips, it would really depend what you're going for. I tend to go for a more matte velvet or matte lip that's just going to give me the longevity I'm looking for. But there's so many great lipstick formulas. Chanel has many. The duos that are mask proof, those are amazing, but they're not like matte, but they're not going anywhere. Because once you flip it over and you use that gloss and it locks into place, bam, they're not going anywhere. The Lisa Eldridge and the Dior Velvets, absolutely amazing, creamy, comfortable mattes. What I'm wearing today is the Olivia Palermo. It's a little bit more drying than the Dior or the Lisa Eldridge, but still beautiful in my opinion. But that, I also love a matte lip. I love Dior's satin formula as well. There's just so many great ones. So many. Number 14, what was your first luxury makeup purchase and did you regret it? My first luxury makeup purchase was probably that Dior Nude Air. Most likely. Because I think before that, I was really into like Too Faced palettes and the Makeup Forever HD foundation. No, I lie. My first, if you consider it luxury, I don't know. Estee Lauder, the Estee Lauder Double Wear will always probably be my ride or die foundation. Like if I just need an event foundation, I just know that's my tried and true. So I don't know if you consider that luxury, but besides that, if you step it up a notch, it was the Dior Air Nude Serum Foundation. Like, I just absolutely loved it. I purchased that as soon as it came out. I don't even know when that was. I can't remember. I'll put the year somewhere around here, but I don't remember. But I remember I was I was in my early 30s. I would say early 30s or late 20s. So I really loved it. And no, I did not regret it. Absolutely loved it, finished it. And the Estee Lauder, I have finished quite a few bottles. And I always have one with a pump and one on backup, just waiting, believe it or not. And lastly, what is your biggest luxury makeup regret? I feel like everybody's gonna know the answer. But I feel bad calling somebody out. But honestly, the Gucci foundation, it was atrocious. Like, it was so bad. No matter if I put face oil drops to try to make it smoother on the skin, if I primed differently, if I exfoliated, no matter what nothing worked. Like, it just clumped and it would clump and slide. And it would just move. It would just all move and nothing would set. It was disastrous. And then I filmed a video with my first impressions and how much I disliked it, and then did different skincare, tried it for a few days, and then did another video trying it again. Absolutely not. It was an epic fail. So if, in my opinion, if you are ever going to purchase anything Gucci Beauty, wait until it's at Sephora, or wait till it's at Nordstrom, or somewhere that has an actual return policy. Because I'm pretty sure you all remember, if you've been with me a while, Gucci did not let me return it. Because their return policy on their makeup is just like in their fashion and their handbags. It has to be returned in its original state. Yet one of the reasons you can return is if it didn't meet your quality standards. But it has to never be used. Well, then how do you know if it meets your standards? It's just a mess. It's a mess. So definitely the Gucci foundation. I hear it's been reformulated since then, supposedly. I don't want to know. I don't want to find out. That's my biggest luxury regret. Just because, one, I purchased it right away. Two, I couldn't get my money back. And three, I found no alternative use for it. Like, I gave it to my daughter. She loves to paint on easels so she could use it. She hated it. It was gone out of this household within 30 days of purchase. I did end up mailing it to another YouTuber who had a formula that she really liked. And I was like, here, you could see and test it and see if the formulas are different. But for me, it wasn't for me. But that's it. That brings us to the end. Thank you so much to Michelle Wong, and Angela Van Rose for allowing us content creators to join in on the tag. And thank you all so much for coming. And until next time. And let me know if you disagree if you disagree or agree with any of my choices or answers down below. And until next time, don't forget, we're all perfectly imperfect. Bye. If you step it up a notch, it was the Dior Air Nude Serum Foundation. Like, I just absolutely loved it. I purchased that as soon as it came out. I don't even know when that was. I can't remember. I'll put the year somewhere around here, but I don't remember. But I remember I was I was in my early 30s. I would say early 30s or late 20s. So I really loved it. And no, I did not regret it. Absolutely loved it, finished it. And the Estee Lauder, I have finished quite a few bottles. And I always have one with a pump and one on backup, just waiting, believe it or not. And lastly, what is your biggest luxury makeup regret? I feel like everybody's gonna know the answer. But I feel bad calling somebody out. But honestly, the Gucci foundation, it was atrocious. Like, it was so bad. No matter if I put face oil drops to try to make it smoother on the skin, if I primed differently, if I exfoliated, no matter what nothing worked. Like, it just clumped, and it would clump and slide, and it would just move. It would just all move, and nothing would set. It was disastrous. And then I filmed a video with my first impressions and how much I disliked it, and then did different skincare, tried it for a few days, and then did another video trying it again. Absolutely not. It was an epic fail. So in my opinion, if you are ever going to purchase anything Gucci Beauty, wait until it's at Sephora, or wait till it's at Nordstrom, or somewhere that has an actual return policy. Because I'm pretty sure you all remember, if you've been with me a while, Gucci did not let me return it. Their return policy on their makeup is just like in their fashion and their handbags. It has to be returned in its original state. Yet one of the reasons you can return is if it didn't meet your quality standards. But it has to never be used. Well, then how do you know if it meets your standards? it's just a mess. It's a mess. So definitely the Gucci foundation. I hear it's been reformulated since then, supposedly. I don't want to know. I don't want to find out. That's my biggest luxury regret, just because one, I purchased it right away. Two, I couldn't get my money back. And three, I found no alternative use for it. Like, I gave it to my daughter. She loves to paint on easels, so she could use it. She hated it. It was gone out of this household within 30 days of purchase. I did end up mailing it to another YouTuber who had a formula that she really liked. And I was like, here, you could see and test it and see if the formulas are different. But for me, wasn't for me. But that's it. That brings us to the end. Thank you so much to Michelle Wong and Angela Van Rose for allowing us content creators to join in on the tag. And thank you all so much for coming. And let me know if you disagree or if you disagree or agree with any of my choices or answers down below. And until next time, don't forget, we're all perfectly imperfect. Bye.